Je tiens à vous remercier pour cette opportunité que vous me donnez pour m'exprimer. I know many probably are waiting that I rebut the previous speaker. How can I do that? He's been here for 4 mandates, I think. He has a secure pension as well. Whilst it is my first, I'm only the first from my family. I only hope to argue in the interest of the country, rather than criticize. He has a flair for speech. I only have a flair to strive for a job well done, because I believe dans le travail bien fait. Monsieur le Président, la tâche s'annonce difficile pour moi, très dure. One day, each and every single word that I utter in this parliament will be used to judge me. I have to consider the opinion of my colleague from the majority, the opinion of the opposition, and understand the state of mind, the feeling of my fellow countrymen. I would argue based on facts and figures rather than thin air. I will argue to bring my honest contribution to this debate. I will argue to help in building this country, in building this nation. This is what I intend to do. I hope that today my voice translates the feeling of my fellow countrymen, and this debate becomes the voice of the people of Mauritius, the people of Agalega, Rodrigue, Chagos, and all Outer Island. I hope you listen to it, enjoy it, digest it, and accompany it, should there be substance in it. First of all, I want to say the good thing about my country. I'm in love with most of what I see in my country. I must put it on record how much I love the people of my country. I must put it on record that my country has done more for me than I have done for my country. I'm a Mauritian. I'm born and raised here. My family, my mom and dad, who are probably watching, they live here. They are born and raised in this country. I live in a community. The community forms part of a bigger segment, of a bigger gem called l'île Maurice. L'île Maurice nous appartient. L'île Maurice nous appartient à 1 266 000 habitants. Everything that I am today is because of Mauritius. Everything that we are today is because of Mauritius. In all honesty, we have reached a decent level of progress as to infrastructure and services in this country. We have to mettre les points sur les i. Ce qui ont été faits ont été faits. We have, as a nation, given our sweat and blood to progress from where we used to be, from coolies, slave, merchant, until today, the new generation nowadays is called for at least 9 years. We have degree holders in almost every houses. At least in our surrounding, we have degree holders. We have doctors, engineers, accountants, teachers, lawyers in every community nowadays. We have overcome so much as a nation. We have, as a nation, have fully established a welfare state. And I'm happy to say that this budget maintains a welfare state. There is more than just criticism that come out from this budget, unlike what the opposition is trying to portray. Medicine is still free, schooling are free, transport are free, their pensions, their benefits, their incentives, their grants given under this budget. Le pays a beaucoup développé de ce que j'ai vu de mon enfance jusqu'à maintenant, de ce que j'ai vu des photos anciennes. Allow me, Mr. Speaker, to share part of the journey of my life. Some 30 years back, I used to take the bus from Montida to go to college in MGI. I used to take the route from Alma to Wedmoka. It used to be there used to be heavy traffic jam. I am happy to say this government have done it first. A relief after 30 years that I have taken this road. This road today have new additions. Changes have been brought. In fact, a new road is about to be inaugurated. The suffering that I have endured as a child until today will be alleviated by this very government, Mr. Speaker. Throughout these 3 years, I have also seen so much that have been invested in the public infrastructure. Many come and say, many argue that money have been blown up in the air. But as I said, I'll argue with evidence based on facts and figures. Mr. Speaker, there have been massive investment in public infrastructure. Some even went on to say, pre-Puvin Manhattan. But over and above it, it's not about the Manhattan that I want to talk. I want to talk about my constituency. Permettez-moi d'étaler quelques travaux qu'on a effectués dans ma circonscription, faits en collaboration avec mes deux colissiers, avec le PPS, le conseil de district de Flac et de Moka. As I said, I'm not just going to talk in the air. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, allow me to make reference to a list that I've compiled as to the projects that have been undertaken in my constituency by the district council. There's a total of 69 projects. 34 have been completed. There is 30 more in progress. There is 5 more upcoming projects. We're talking of 69 projects undertaken in some 42 months. Alors, ça fait un peu plus d'un projet par mois. I beg leave to table, say. Now, allow me to talk about more projects as to drain works that have been carried out. There's a total of 39 projects. 7 have been completed, 32 are left. And this project, Mr. Speaker, I beg leave to table same as well. Right now we've reached, and there's more, 4 more amenities coming. There's 17 roads that have been completed by the NDU, and 4 road projects that are ongoing. That makes 63 projects plus 69. Over and above it, I have a list from the District Council of Flac where there are 14 projects as to roads that have been carried out. We're talking almost of 150 different projects undertaken by this government in my constituency over the past 3 years. And I'm tabling all the documents. You can see work have been done from Montchida to Trou-de-Duche, from Grande Rivière Sud-Est to Bramstan. Each and every locality of my constituency has seen an improvement. It is, in fact, the budget that is providing the fund for all these 150 or more projects. These projects have bettered the quality of life of the inhabitants of my constituency. Nevertheless, Mr. Speaker, il faut que je le dise, il y en a des problèmes d'inondation dans quelques endroits de ma circonscription, à Médine, à Peladji, à Bel-Air, à Clémenceau, à Bramstan. We are not perfect. This is how it is. This world is not perfect. But I'm happy to see that the budget has allocated funds for drain work, for major drain work in those villages. I hope the job will be completed soon and the fund allocated shall be used wisely, swiftly, to, in fact, enhance the quality of life. I also have to say, earlier on, our colleague, Honorable Jeton, talked about problem de l'eau. I must state it because I'm here to state the facts, the truth. I recognize, along with my 2 colleagues, that there are problems in the constituency as to water in the Olivia, Bel-Air, Trou-de-Duche, Bramstan. But I've spoken to CWA for over a long period of time. We're constantly monitoring the situation. They have told me for the short term we have boreholes and new pipes that are going to be laid. Over the long run, there's a new reservoir that's upcoming. So all these funds have to be allocated under the budget so that we can materialize this project. Allow me also to bring to attention of the Ministry of Transport that sometimes it happens that the senior citizen suffers at the whim and caprices of bus owners who fail to stop. So I would request for closer monitoring. I don't want just to debate today. I want to add constructive proposal to how to make the life of every citizen better and better. I do not also forget the plight of inhabitants of Clemenceau, Olivia, and Route 13, who often suffers from inadequate or irregular bus service. But, Mr. Speaker, you will see, we have a huge panoply of work that are being done. Now I propose to move on to another topic. À l'île Maurice, on parle prédominamment le créole, l'anglais, le français, hindi ou du télougou, marathi, mandarin, etc. On a hérité d'un pays travaillé par nos ancêtres, légué à nous par nos grands-parents. Ancêtres qui avaient osé, à cette époque, de croire au bonheur qu'ils vivront dans cette île paradisiaque. Une longue chemin a été parcouru pour qu'on y arrive ici, jusqu'ici. Voyons, nous avions commencé avec des maisons en paille, puis on a procédé avec des maisons en tôle, maintenant on a des maisons en béton. Je peux même faire étalage du fait que maintenant on crée des œuvres d'art en béton. On a beaucoup progressé. Tout le monde l'ont bâti, ce pays. Les Noirs, les Blancs, les Asiatiques, toutes les communautés l'ont bâti. Toutes les communautés ont mis la main à la pâte. We are making a step further. We should strive together as a nation to move even further. Allow me at this stage to commend the education bill that have been voted. The Creole language have been given a new lifeline by this government. Creole language is a common denominator for one and all, whether government or opposition. This government has dared to care for a common purpose, I would say. Mais la question, Monsieur le Président, il reste, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire, qu'est-ce qu'on veut faire du futur? La réponse est simple, qu'on améliore ce qu'on a en son temps, selon nos moyens financiers, d'après nos attributs comme un peuple. We have legitimate ambition. We want equal opportunity for one and all, respect for one and all, a platform to grow for every individual of this country. There is so much good in this budget. I can enumerate about the measures all day long. The question is how these measures contained in the budget can take us to the next level. To sum it up, I would say we need a transparent, efficient, and effective use of funds that have been allocated in this budget. My friend, my good friend, Honorable Mohamed, earlier argued about the revenue that we have under this budget. At page 481, Appendix A, from what I read, what I managed to understand, is we have a revenue of 179.160 billion rupees. We have an expenditure of 200.178 billion rupees. There's a shortage. There's a shortage. As a country, we need to work together to decrease the budget deficit. It's going to take opposition and government together, the whole nation together, so that we cross these hurdles. As a country, there are so many avenues that we need to open up. Whether we like it or not, we need to buckle up as a country. Peut-être, comme on nous dit en créole, c'est à sentir. Développement et progrès durable ne conjuguent pas avec vivre largesse. We cannot allow a single cent of our contribution to be wasted. I will talk about facts, figures, and the truth, the whole truth, without fear and favor. I will talk about mon vécu. Prior to this, allow me to take this opportunity to congratulate the Minister of Finance, who would have believed that a budget would even be possible when all that seemed to be publicized, read, shared over the internet, over the media, are spicy and juicy news. But here you go. Here we go. The figures, the balance, the account, the explanatory note, all appear to be here under the budget estimate. So maybe a word is missing, maybe two words are missing, but the majority, if not to say everything, is present here. We need to look at the budget with an open mind so as we are able to address the issue that really faces our country today. It's not partisan politics that's going to determine our future. So, Mr. Minister of Finance, well done to you, well done to the government. I have obtained many good feedback when I tried to seek the opinion of people. The worst of feedback was, budget là okay, and I think nobody would deny budget là okay at least. But having an okay budget under these circumstances is a good achievement. It's always been majority applaud, minority criticize. Continue to dare, continue to care. Caring brings peace and love. Peace and love bring justice. Justice will give hope. Justice will give hope, and hope that one day we will achieve our dream when every Mauritian can live their dream, regardless of race, religion, creed, and only the most deserving are rewarded. Allow me now to argue over the facts and figures that I've been talking. I'm not far from setting on a personalized blame game. It's rather a self-reflection of my state of mind that appear to also reflect the youth of my generation, who are intrinsically linked with the younger and older generation. Majority of the country today can feed themselves. But I do not exclude the majority, the minority. I hope to see all the needy avail themselves to the various social benefits that have been awarded under the budget. The majority of the country appear to have a house, but I don't forget those living in rent, the youth entangled in years, decades of loan. I look forward to the construction of 8,000 houses being done promptly, and I also plead to you, the Honorable Minister of Finance, to look at the rate of interest for first-time home buyers. The majority of the country are safe, they feel safe, but I do not deny the plea of the few who feel justice is not seen to be done. I'm proposing to talk about a few items of the budget that are interlinked. Account for some 10% of the budget, employ at least 10% of the civil servant. It pertains to issues that have been talk of the town. Chacun devrait assumer sa part de responsabilité. L'humain, l'humanisme, l'humanité devrait être au centre de nos préoccupations. L'apportionnement des responsabilités doivent être faits en humilité pour atteindre l'épithémie du bonheur pour le bien-être commun du patrie. Je ne critique pas, je propose. I propose to talk about the police, the Independent Police Commission, the Human Rights Commission, the DPP's office, the judiciary, the prison services, rehabilitation services. I'll table a copy of the page where they are contained and the amount that they consume of the budget. 11.8 billion by police, 15 million for IPCC, Human Rights Commission 35 million, DPP 190 million, Judiciary 746 million, Prison Service 995 million, Rehabilitation 105 million. These items eat up a large chunk of our money. At page 84 of the budget estimate, we are hoping to decrease the crime rate from 3.8 per thousand population to 3.26 for the present financial year. As a practicing lawyer, I have known many people within those sectors and departments, made many acquaintances and friends. I have seen them at work, hardworking, their family members, their brothers, their sisters, their grandparents. They work honestly, staking their life, putting their hours, putting their sweat and blood to make this country safe and sound. I have seen professionals, I have seen experts who know their field. Those who are competent, those who are very competent in their job. It's only a few that transgress the rule and sometimes become a battalion that knowingly or recklessly misuses the power or shirk from their responsibilities. Pour calmer les ardeurs, Monsieur le Président, qui ont installé dans notre jolie patrie, j'aurais aimé voir les bodycams pendant les opérations policières. Un budget de 14 millions est alloué à la police, law and order, pour remettre en place le common purpose du pays. Le common purpose du pays doit être le vivre bien ensemble dans une atmosphère saine et sûre. Il faut que les délais qu'on traite les affaires soient réduits, que les enquêtes soient bouclées dans un délai raisonnable, que les poursuites soient faites within a reasonable time, que les jugements soient rendus dans le plus bref délai. Je salue la proposition d'embaucher 6 nouveaux juges et 14 nouveaux magistrats. Mais on a besoin d'embaucher plus de juges et de magistrats pour pouvoir soulager le système judiciaire et policier. On aura besoin de plus de staff qui collaborent avec la magistrature et plus de courtrooms pour qu'on puisse entendre les affaires effectivement, expeditiously. Officers should be attached to their department within their field of expertise, and they should with a bond of family, a family bond with the public who ultimately employs them. For one should never forget, we are accountable to the hands that feed us. Il faut que le bureau du DPP ait plus de staff pour procéder plus rapidement avec les décisions de poursuivre ou de ne pas poursuivre des affaires. On a besoin d'un système de travail plus efficace. Who know better how it feels when one has to wait since 25th of June 2020 for the determination in a case, how it feels. Who knows how it feels waiting for almost 3 years. We know it on this side. At least in my party, we know it quite well, how it feels to be waiting for 3 years for a determination. Il faut qu'on investisse plus d'argent dans la réhabilitation des prisonniers, des délinquants. Il m'a paru dans le budget estimate qu'il y en a 3700 qui sont des récidives, who have been going to prison more than 2 times. We need to find a way for them. We need to alleviate their suffering, take them out of the path they have engaged into. So it is important that all these institutions optimizes their budget so that we have a good budget, we have good facilities, we have good services, we have good countrymen. All this have to be put in a bubble where each and every one feels safe. My attention has also been drawn by certain employees as to, I plead to you, Minister of Finance, if you can maybe enlighten or give more description, more detail as to how this works. If somebody started 10 years back with a salary of 7,500, he's a mere cleaner. After 10 years, today his salary is 15,000 rupees with 10 years experience. What happened to him? Is he not in a worse situation with a newcomer who today his income would amount to at least 15,000 rupees? We need to look at it so that no one in our country feel that they have less consideration. I'm sure sooner or later we'll have to establish an error and an omission commission to consider readjustment of salary so as those with experience do not get penalized. I care for the working class hero of my country. Allow me to tell you, achieving your potential is the quest of the ordinary, conquering the impossible is your destiny. This goes to all the working class hero of my country. Please feel empathy while you deliver. Empathy means sharing and caring. The more we care, the more we grow as human beings. Empathy is what I call Dil Ki Daulat, the wealth of heart. Have trust in your talent and technology. Hold love for the country and fear the wrath of God. Deliver to the best of your capabilities, regardless of your origin. The destiny of this country lies in your hand. On ne peut plus tolérer un État où le journaux puisse faire des scandales comme des front pages tout le jour. La loi doit être appliquée dans un cadre idéal où ceux qui représentent les institutions se sentent connectés avec une idéologie. l'idéologie que j'appellerais le common purpose as a nation. Justice must be seen to be done. In Creole, si tu kilé aujourd'hui pour un bout, connais te valer pour un bout, jamais te bouger te pas et te mérite. This message also goes out to honorable members of the opposition. I know you often say you work under difficult circumstances, but adapting to the state of affairs is your duty. You need to adjust and give a constructive version of yourself, of what you stand for. This parliament that run with public funds is for us to give our best despite adversity, regardless of how the opponent or the next one act. I hope to see everyone bringing spirit, life, energy, and vision to the debate. Rise up for a common purpose, and let's paint our country red, blue, yellow, and green. It's going to take time. It's going to take time to shine even brighter. Moi, j'y crois dans cette jeunesse mauricienne. Moi, je crois dans ce peuple mauricien. Éduqué à l'école, instruit au web, instruit dans les temples, dans les mosquées, les pagodes et les églises. Je crois qu'un jour, on se lèvera tous d'une voix commune, sans discrimination, unis, soudés pour le bien commun du pays, que le mérite primera au-delà de toute considération. I'm almost done, Mr. Speaker, but I cannot help myself, even the previous orator talked about it, I cannot help myself but to talk about the 20,000 rupees, call it bumper price, call it whatever you want to call it, give it any name that you want. I know for a fact, with 20,000 rupees, an 18 years old can procure sufficient drug to blow himself up.
And his friends.
And his friend. With 20,000 rupees, an 18 years old can blow his brain up, can get a cardiac arrest with drug. But what has to be said is with 20,000 rupees, an 18 years old who would usually be doing SC or HSC could pay for 40 months of tuition and pave his way to good result at school or higher school certificate. What is not said, with 20,000 rupees, a young friend of mine, he spent 5,000 rupees per month to pay 2 months rent to open a hair salon. With 5,000 rupees he spent on table and chair, 5,000 for the tool for his trade. With 20,000 rupees, a young man could open up a little aluminium workshop. With 20,000 rupees, so much could be done. With 20,000 rupees, that is going to be allocated to, if I rightly grasp, to 88,000 Mauritian in this year, it would amount to 160 million rupees. 160 million used together. Youth of this country can change the destiny of this country. I have a dream. I struggle day in and day out for my dream. I want us, all Mauritians, to live our dream. It's not about what we have, but what we do with what we have. I'm going to conclude. With your permission, I want to conclude with all the colors of my country. Allow me to quote a Bhojpuri proverb. Zindagi do din ki yahan, kuch nahi leke jana, na hathi na ghora, paidal hi jana. Life here is only 2 days. We're not taking anything when we go away. We're not going by horse or on an elephant back. We're going barefoot. Thank you very much.